I'm Hitanshu Tagra from News9 Live, and today we have with us Sukhmanee Lamba, a passionate actress, an elegant dancer, and an anchor too. Sukhmanee made her Bollywood debut with Badrinath Ki Dulhaniya starring Varun Dhawan and Alia Bhatt. The actress recently made her OTT debut with Jubilee, a period drama directed by Vikramaditya Motwani. The series was released on Amazon Prime. Welcome to the show, Sukhmanee.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So my first question to you is, what motivated you to sign Jubilee, your first OTT release?
What motivated me to sign up for Jubilee? Many reasons actually. There were many things. Of course, first, it definitely was a great opportunity to be working with Vikramaditya Motwani, with Vikram sir. I think he's a fantastic director. I've always really admired his work. So that was definitely one on my list. Then also, I think I generally, as a person, when there's something that excites me or that's something that I like doing, I always like to sort of go back and understand what happened, how did it sort of take the shape that it takes today. About anything in general, anything, I like to go back and know kya hua, kaise hua, how is it that how is it that it has taken the shape that it has today. So even in the industry, because of course it's been I'm someone who's always dreamed of working in the industry. So having the opportunity to go back in time, to go back in history, and to sort of experience a whole era of the Indian cinema, because the concept, the theme is period drama, and we were exploring Indian cinema around the partition time, in those beautiful years where there was amazing cinema that was created. So to be able to sort of go back and experience that time period was definitely something that fascinated me and interested me.
So tell me about your upcoming projects with Bollywood, Sukhmani. Do you have any future plans?
Abhi to I'm in conversation for two. Let's see. I'm going to have more details in some more time. Let's see about that. So as and when. Of course, we have Instagram to now keep everybody posted. So of course, it'll be there.
Right. So as we all have seen you that you're a great dancer, like you have so many posts on your Instagram as well, and you have a flexible body too. So would you like to share your fitness mantra with us?
I think fitness mantra to as such, there's nothing fancy. I mean, fitness for me is basically two things. The key is consistency. Kuch bhi karo, you have to be consistent with it. Overnight, you will not get fit. Overnight, it will not happen. You have to be consistent. So I think fitness is it is another form of discipline only. People who are like, sometimes if I meet somebody who has a strong body, has a fit body, they are, I mean, they're just generally, if they are strong, you get to know that they take care of themselves. I have huge respect for people who are into fitness because it really needs a lot of willpower. It needs a lot of discipline. So for me, my mantra would be consistent. And also another thing which I believe in, I don't look at fitness as just a particular kind of body. It's just not that. Fitness is also your mental well-being. It's your emotional well-being. So I always feel do something that you feel happy doing, that you enjoy doing, jo bhi karo, that it's aiding your mental well-being also, and physically also, the work is happening, that you are sort of toning your body, you're losing the weight, you're getting fit. So I always say that. So even I, as a person, I like to do like a mix of things. I am somebody who's been into yoga for many years. So that can also, thoda sa, people find it a little boring. They feel it's a slow process, but it has great effects because it is working on holistic, sort of well-being for you, physically, emotionally, mentally. So that's the two things. One is consistency, and second is think of overall well-being for yourself.
Right. So do you think gym is a mandate for toned body, or there are other ways as well?
Is gym a mandate for a toned body?
Right.
I mean, okay, weight training is something that definitely helps. I will not, I mean, also it's very, it's a very individual to individual thing, how your body type is. That does make a huge difference. So, sabse pehle to understand what is your body type. Start from there. Because
Right.
आजकल there is so much overload of information that everybody is wanting to
Mm.
try everything. Then you're getting
Agree.
injuries. Sometimes you'll end up getting lifelong injuries. You don't want to be there. So I would
Agree.
say really understand what is your body type, because yoga also helps a lot with toning up the body. And I feel like the results of yoga are more long term than, because once I've done weight training, done weight training all my life, but not like, I like to keep a balance, again.
Right.
So only talking from experience, it's not just gym that will get you a toned body, because yoga, what is gym? Gym is weight training.
Right.
Yoga is, you're using your own weight. It's your own body weight
Right.
that you're using.
Right.
So, so it has definitely more definite and more long term. So I don't agree that gym is the only way to get a toned body.
Okay, fine. So how often do you work out or take dance classes or go to yoga?
Sorry, how often?
Do you work out? Like
How
take yoga
often do I work
classes
out?
or dance classes?
I I mean, definitely. Before COVID, I was part of a show which needed me to dance, act.
Okay.
It was a live show at Kingdom of Dreams in Gurgaon.
Right,
And
right.
we also do aerial stunts. Like, there is so much of
Right.
aerial that's come in now. There's aerial yoga. There is many things with like tissue and silk and harness. So that's another, sort of concept of performance. So I used to do a lot of aerial, hanging in the air on my core strength, having a body, not just like a toned body, but a fit body. You need to have strength, have
Mm.
strong shoulders, have a strong core strength, have toned calves and everything. So I used to do that. So usme kya hota tha, we were doing shows every day. So I used to not even realize that my fitness was just happening by itself. I didn't have to
Right,
focus
right.
on my fitness, and it's something
Mm.
that I was doing. So it was fun actually. So when COVID happened, the shows came to a halt, and then I realized that it's actually a lot of effort to be consistent, to just be doing things for fitness, and that's why I say mix it up with something that you enjoy doing, like dancing or kickboxing or yoga. There are so many options these days. So now I definitely try that 4 to 5 times a week. I am, making sure that I'm working out in whatever form. So I do
Right.
that, yes.
Lovely. Okay. So what do you like to do in your free time, Sukhmani? Can you help them? If you get any free time.
अब तो it's like we have so much distraction, so you don't even know half the time आपका दिन कहाँ, मतलब कितनी बार you
Right.
open up Instagram, you keep scrolling, and your 1 hour is gone, पता भी नहीं चलता. I don't know if that counts as something I do in my free time. But I used to be an avid reader back in school. I used to, I think,
Oh,
read quite decently. I don't mean that I was reading like some 50 books in a month, not like that. But I used to read. So now my reading has come back a lot thanks to COVID, because of, we
okay.
had so much time in hand. So now I can again say that in the middle, I couldn't say that I read in my free time because I wasn't. But now I can say that I've gotten back to my reading. So I like reading. Uh, there are days when I like cooking. I will not say that I always like cooking, but there are days I enjoy cooking also. And do just being physically, any activity that needs me to be involved physically, because I'm someone who's heavily been into movement work. So whether it's
Mm.
dance, it's yoga, it's
Right.
contact improvisation, it's doing theater, working on yourself, breath work. So anything that needs me to be physically active is something that I enjoy doing, along with reading and cooking. And now recently I like cleaning the house a lot. It's become a new thing I enjoy doing a lot.
Okay.
It does help, because my mom used to keep telling me cleanliness is next to godliness, and she would keep saying this to me
Right.
all the time. So, but I do see how much of a difference it makes when your environment is clean, your brain actually functions better.
Right.
It's a
It
fact.
brings
Like,
a lot of positivity also, I mean.
yes, it brings so much positivity. It actually brings in clarity, because
Right.
when I was back in school, हमें नहीं समझ आता है कि ये क्या बात है. How can something like this lead to my mental clarity? But it does. Your environment makes a huge difference. So
Right.
yeah, and also traveling is something that I enjoy doing a lot.
Oh, that's great. Even I love traveling a lot. So, what is your secret for glowing skin?
Secret. Um,
Any
it's
secret
honestly,
ingredient?
I mean, secret ingredient तो कुछ नहीं है as such, but it's a mix of many things. You have to, you can't. आजकल there are so many products in the market. There's so many things. तुम लगाए जाओ. But be mindful, I would say. क्योंकि you don't know what are going to be the long term impacts of all those chemicals that are going into your face, because
Right.
eventually they do have chemicals. So you know जितना भी
Chemical.
वो बोले herbal है, organic है, natural है, but of course there is, you know, some amount of chemical in it. So be mindful, do a thorough reading, you know, research really well, know your skin type, because I know so many people, they just keep experimenting and then they come up with, you know, skin problems and everything. So I feel like be mindful, and again a holistic approach towards how your diet matters a lot. It does.
Right.
Even when I land up, when I'm doing my events or I'm shooting, back to back, you land up eating junk. So it affects the skin. I can see the change in my skin. If I
Right.
realize, like, you know, for 3 4 days, I've just, my water intake has gone down. I see the dryness in my skin. I can see it's dehydrated. So your diet, you know, your little habits, especially for us in the industry, because we have to put on makeup. So what do? तो
Right.
chemical तो लगना ही है. So small habits of making sure that you don't do too much makeup. तुम जितना ज्यादा makeup लगाते जाते हो उतना, you know, it creates long, उतना your skin life comes to, like, it reduces. So I feel like the best makeup is natural skin. Work on having a natural skin, a naturally good skin. उतना ही तुम्हें कम makeup लगाना पड़ेगा. So I always say that, you know, focus on having a good skin. So that is your diet, sleep pattern. मुझे भी पहले लगता था अरे ऐसे कैसे होता है, but it makes a difference. Your sleep, your diet, your fitness, your mental well-being. If I've had, you know, like a string of stressful days for whatever reason, work or anything, it impacts your skin. It definitely impacts your skin.
Definitely.
So bunch of all of these things. अच्छा खाओ, घर का खाओ. I eat home food. I love घर का खाना all the time. And I also use a lot of like, my skincare includes many things from my mom's kitchen. You know, there are very small things that I do. I remove my makeup with milk. You know, like I take thanda milk, kacha thanda milk, and I remove my makeup with that because it immediately hydrates my skin. So that I use papaya on my skin. So also, but that is also, I've come to this conclusion after understanding my skin, what works for me. You know, so these are the kind of things that I sort of follow.
Right. So, any styling tips you want to give to boomers or millennials?
Any styling tip I want to give to
boomers and millennials?
I would say styling tips. I mean, they're all fantastic. They're coming up with this, you know, these amazing things. I would say be real. Try to be real as much as you can. You know, for that you need to know yourself. So whatever that you do, always keep yourself in it. Don't lose yourself in whatever avatar you take, in whatever, you know, sort of outlook that you have. Always keep yourself.
Thank you so much, Sukhmanee. Thank you for the lovely interaction we had.